West Fargo will get the ball first with the wind at their backs, which will definitely help them try to get off to a good start. West Fargo's not scored a point yet in the first quarter, I didn't think, or maybe one touchdown.
Nope,
so it's good to get. It's important to get off to a good, strong start against a good team.
Nick Hill takes it on the 22-yard line. Nick Hill is one of the better return runners for the Packers. Gets it up across to the 32-yard line, so that's where the Packers will start. 1st and 10.
Nick kind of ran that one back. One of the things you're always talking to kids about is on a kickoff or punt return, you catch the ball and you go full speed. Nick spent a little bit of time looking for a hole to go through, and then by that time the whole Red River kicking team was around him.
Aaron Flynn brings him out. Aaron Flynn, again, having a great week last week, 12 of 16 passing for 237 yards. So a nice... Actually, Steve, do you know who holds the record for passing yardage for the West Fargo Packers in a game?
I don't know. I think that might be me.
Steve Becker, 331 yards. Aaron Flynn back in the shotgun, looking downfield. Lays it out there for Laufenberg. Brandon Laufenberg has it at the 45-yard line.
Nice ball by Flynn. Laufenberg used his hands, kept the defense away from him. You know, and more important than the completion on that is the fact that West Fargo came out and they spread Red River's defense right away. They spread it down the field, which will open up the running game a lot later in the game.
23 yards on that catch, and Aaron Flynn has just been on fire as far as delivering the ball. He's really got a good feel for where his receivers are. Nick Hill is out wide to the right, Laufenberg to the left here. Tyler Roll is the setback. Flynn back to pass again across the middle, gives it to Steve Brennan, who catches it at the 40, a pickup of about 5.
He's right on the money with that pass. Defensive back read that pretty quickly, and Brennan got popped pretty good right when he caught the ball. But Flynn got it there in a hurry, and about a 6-yard gain for West Fargo.
We'll give him 6. That gives Flynn 29 yards on his first 2 passes, and Packers moving the ball down the field. And now we have Josh Krejcia in there with Laufenberg to the right side. Krejcia gives it to the first guy through, Tyler Roll, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down by the center of that defense of Red River.
That play was in trouble right away. Looked like the nose guard got through off the center right off the bat and disrupted the play, and Tyler Roll was trying to go through the right side of the line, had to cut back a little bit to the left side right into the teeth of the defense.
So that makes it 3rd down and about 4. The ball is just across right on the 40-yard line. Krejcia is back in the shotgun now. That's not too often that he's only thrown the ball once this year. Krejcia, snap, the draw play, quarterback keep, straight up the middle, and he gets up to about the 37-yard line.
A little short.
Maybe a yard short.
Now, Coach Gibson's got a decision to make here. You're inside Red River's 40. 4th and a little over a yard. What do you do?
It's going to be a short 2 as he picked up 2 yards on that.
Yeah, this is a tough decision for Coach Gibson. With the high-powered offense that Red River has, you're thinking about kicking him, trying to pop him back right inside the 10. But on the other side of it, you've been moving the ball pretty well.
Laufenberg's going to sit up on the far side to see if the Packers can get the play off here. Krejcia. Tyler Roll comes out wide. Tyler Roll's going to get the first down. Tyler Roll, lots of yards. Tyler Roll on the sideline. 5, touchdown! Tyler Roll, 38-yard touchdown run for Tyler Roll. And that is the first. No, I guess that's the second rushing touchdown by Tyler Roll. Let me see. No, it's his first. That is our first running touchdown. He had a touchdown earlier, but it was called back on a penalty, and this is his first touchdown. Tyler, nice run.
That was really a nice run by Tyler. He popped it up a little bit inside. The defensive back sucked inside of the field, made the Cardinals sin for cornerback. You never let anybody get outside, and once he did that, Tyler was home free.
A 4th down play, and now Krejcia gives it to Tyler Roll again. He's going in for the 2, and he's got it. Tyler Roll.
That was impressive. The West Fargo offensive line, the right side of that offensive line just caved the Red River defensive line in. Tyler never got touched until he hit the goal line, and he's a strong runner, and if they hit him right at the goal. Now West Fargo's got the wind at their back on the kickoff. It's important for them to kick the ball deep.
Let's see, I'm not sure who's going to kick off. I don't believe Torrin is here tonight, Torrin Mose.
Looks like 53.
Eric Amsbaugh will kick off.
Red River not lining up real deep with the wind at West Fargo's back.
Kick goes down, taken on the 11-yard line, and they hand it off to the far side.
He's got a lot of room.
By the first defenders all the way up to the 38-yard line. A penalty flag is thrown, and let's see if it's a penalty on Red River on the return. Typically it is when a penalty is thrown like that.
It was thrown way late, though. It could possibly be a face mask on West Fargo. It's either a hold or a face mask, you can almost guarantee. And the way they're moving the chains, it looks like it's against West Fargo.
Yeah, you are correct. It's a face mask. Let's see if it's a 5-yarder or a...
he made the personal foul face mask sign. That's the big one.
Good. That's not good. That's a 15-yard penalty.
So now you're giving Red River a short field with a good offense, and that's just a huge mistake on the kick team.
I believe the Packers had 112 yards in penalties last week. I think they had 12 penalties. And so penalties can really hurt you, especially in a situation like this where now you give Red River great field position. It's at the 47-yard line.
Well, West Fargo's only averaging a little under 200 yards a game total offense, and then you throw in 112 yards penalties. You're not moving the ball very far doing that.
They give it to Thomas. Thomas comes out wide to the near side. Thomas still running. He's got the outside. Laufenberg and Hansen finally bring him down. He picks up close to 10 yards.
Thomas ran that a lot like Tyler Roll did, trying to start to come outside and then dip up underneath and then try to get back outside again. He's a big, strong runner. The West Fargo kids are going to have to tackle him a little bit lower. He's going to carry him for 3-4 yards.
Packers, it's at the... They said he started at the 46, and it's now at the 37, so it's going to be second and about a yard. Again, they pack everybody in, and now they give it to the deep back. He gets all the way across the 30, and there you see the Packers holding on, and they're having a hard time bringing these big backs down.
Yeah, right now the Red River offensive line is pushing the West Fargo defensive line back, and West Fargo's going to have to figure out against those big guys, they're going to have to use their quickness and not try to play them head up, try to get through some gaps.
Ball is at the 30-yard line, so a pickup of 7. First and 10. Morgan again. Thomas is in motion. There's Thomas following the blocker. Cuts outside. Drew Thomas. Drew Thomas is going to get a touchdown. Drew Thomas, 30-yard touchdown run.
Made a nice stiff arm on Tyler Roll about the 20-yard line. Tyler went to dive at him, and he just pushed him off. Big, strong runner.
Wow. And again, Thomas likes to go outside. He's a big, strong kid, but got quickness and speed. And when he gets on the outside, as Jay mentioned in the pregame, and squares that shoulders up, he's just a load to bring down.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 215, and got good speed. And when you're that big and fast, West Fargo's got their hands full with him.
9:14 to go here. We already have 2 touchdowns. They will go for the 2-point conversion as well. Thomas, he's knocked down, and they don't get it.
Ran into his own man in the backfield. The score is going to be about 65 to 63. We haven't seen much defense so far.
Packers with 29-yard passing and 40 yards rushing. Red River, all their yards on the ground. They have 46 yards on the ground. As our long kick taken down by Steve Brennan. Picks it up with the paw and brings it up to the 30-yard line, and the Packers will start there on the 30-yard line. They started on the 32 the last time they got the ball.
It was a good decision by Brennan. Once he caught the ball, he just turned straight upfield. Don't try to run sideline to sideline. Just turn upfield and get 7-8 yards and start with your offense outside the 30-yard line.
31-yard line will be first and 10. Aaron Flynn brings him out.
Interesting to see what Coach Gibson decides to do on this series. He threw the ball early in the last series, stretching the defense, and then came back running the ball. I wouldn't be surprised to see him do the same thing here.
Flynn. Laufenberg is a wide out to the far side here. Flynn, Laufenberg comes up, catches the ball for a first down at about the 42-yard line. About an 11-yard pickup.
That was a very nice ball. Aaron delivered that ball right before the receiver turned. Receiver turned, ball was right there. Defensive back has no chance to react. That pass is held 1 more second or 2 more seconds. The defensive back reacts and comes up and knocks that down. It was just delivered right on time.
Aaron Flynn again tonight, 3 for 3 of 3 for 60 yards. Under center, and we have a penalty flag.
Going to do offensively. West Fargo was to take advantage of that, not make mistakes.
1st and 15. Mark Gunderson is now the setback behind Aaron Flynn. Dusty Shapesky is the center. Coming in motion is Nick Hill. Flynn cross to Steve Brennan. Quick hitter up to the 48-yard line. Steve Brennan picks up about, about 12 or so.
Got about 12 of the 15 yards. Boy, Red River there, I'm not sure exactly what they were trying to accomplish on defense. They had 8 or 9 of their 11 guys up on the line. You get anybody behind that line, even a running back, if he would have popped through the hole, he's gone.
Ball is on the 48-yard line. 2nd down and about 3 or so. Krejci back to pass. Lobs it out there, taken by Bonnet, and Nick Bonnet with the reception. And Krejci with his first completion of his career. And that'll be a 1st down all the way down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that was really a well-designed play by West Fargo. Krejci was going out on a little naked bootleg to the short side of the field here. Once the defensive back comes up and tries to make the tackle, all you do is drop it over his head right to your tight end.
1st and 10. The Packer offense is rolling through the air. Now Krejci keeps it, and he's going to be taken for a loss. Normally, when a quarterback gets tackled back there about 4 or 5 yards deep, it's a sack, but not in this case. It was definitely a designed run.
That was a definite design run, but the one thing that I don't personally like about running the ball out of the shotgun is something just like that. If they get any type of penetration, now you're going to lose yards.
Now Aaron Flynn is back there. 2nd and 12 as they lost a couple of yards on that. They're back at the 44-yard line. Flynn is the back across. There's a pass to Nick Hill, and I believe it was deflected.
And number 24 for Red River, Trevor Knutson, stepped in front and knocked the ball away. Nick Hill was open for just a split second, and good closing speed by the Red River defensive back, and just got his hand in there and knocked it away. Didn't try to make the interception, just knocked the ball away.
Ball is at the 44-yard line.
That was Flynn's first incompletion, I believe.
Yep. He's 4 for 5. He's missed on 1. Krejci 1 for 1. Packers have 62 yards through the air. Driscoll is the tight end on the near side. Brennan, the tight end on the far side, and Laufenberg out split to the left. Flynn, back to pass. They got some pressure up the middle from the linebacker. Throws it behind him, but he still catches it. And Adam Driscoll with the nice catch.
A little short of the 1st down. Coach Gibson, I'm assuming, is going to go for it again. He went for it on 4th and 2 from a little bit further out than this last time. You're just outside the 30, so it's not a real short field. Pretty easy decision for Coach Gibson, I'm sure.
Ball is down at the 33, a pickup of 11. 63 yards passing now for Flynn, and Krejci comes in. 4th down and a long yard, almost 2. Krejci. Tyler Roll gets the 1st down. Tyler Roll breaks free again. He's got one guy to beat, and he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Tyler Roll, a nice run.
You know, Larry, that kind of goes back to what I said just a few plays ago. Red River's bunching almost everybody up on the line. You break through, there's nobody there but the free safety, and you got 10, 12 yards and maybe gone.
53 yards rushing now for Tyler Roll, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 18. And boy, the Packers, again, they're setting it up with the pass, and then they hit the rush, and it's been a nice mixture so far. Red River just is not sure what's coming at them.
Yeah, very nice mixture, and Red River really doesn't know what's coming next.
Krejci takes the direct snap and heads upfield from the shotgun, and he loses about a yard, well, maybe 2. Let's see. Now they're going to mark it at the 19, so it's a loss of 1.
Krejci sees that on film. He's going to be really upset with himself that he didn't pitch the ball. Nobody went with Tyler Roll. The defensive end made the decision and went after Krejci, and in that situation, he's supposed to pitch.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 11. Again, the ball is at the 19-yard line. Flynn sends Laufenberg to the near side. Hill to the far side. 2nd and 11. Shapesky snap, and we might have had early movement or something. The 5, a little over 5. A long 5, maybe 6. Gives it to Tyler Roll. Tyler Roll coming into the outside, tries to cut up. Oh, and a strong move by Tyler Roll. He's bowling people over. He's still up, and he's down to the 6-yard line before he's brought down. Tyler Roll is going to get another first down.
The officials missed a face mask there as Tyler Roll went through the hole. His head spun around all the way, almost looking behind his shoulder, and officials never saw it, but Tyler's running really hard right now.
8 yards on the carry, first down, a ball just outside the 6-yard line. First and goal at the 6. Tyler Roll has just been outstanding. He's 4 carries for 61 yards, and Krejci now. Jay Gibson calling in signals, and they're going to take a timeout. Now they put Laufenberg over on the far side, and now Brennan is in the slot, or I should say Bonnet. Krejci.
Lincoln Booty's wide open.
And Krejci is going to try to score himself, and he's down at the 1-yard line, about the 1-foot line. And Krejci, again, probably not confident. Oh, he's hobbling a little bit, too. Again, he has the bad foot. You can see it's heavily taped there.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was supposed to be a pass or just a bootleg run all the way. It sure looked like pass right away, and Krejci had the wide receiver wide open, 8-9 yards in front of the Red River defensive back, and I don't know if Krejci just wasn't confident enough to throw the ball or thought he could score on the ground.
Flynn brings it in. The Packers are going to have to hurry here as they took a lot of time when Krejci came off the field. 2nd down and goal. The ball is on the 1-yard line. Tyler Roll is behind Aaron Flynn. See if Tyler can get it in here. Nope, Aaron Flynn is going to go, and I believe he's got it. Aaron Flynn gets the touchdown. Aaron Flynn, 1-yard touchdown run, and the Packers score again with the 2:38 mark.
I really like that call down on the goal line. You fake the ball to Tyler Roll. Both linebackers go right after the first fake, and then you have a 230-pound quarterback just going down the line, finding a little crease and sticking his shoulders in there.
Packers now lead at 14-6, and let's see, they don't really have a kicker, so they'll be going again for the 2-point conversion, and Aaron Flynn is going to be in the shotgun on this one. Nobody set back to run other than Mark Gunderson is offset. Flynn across, and it is incomplete. So Gunderson was open in the far
side. Play any defense. So far, we have not seen a defensive stop in this ballgame.
Line drive kick, a nice kick, taken down at about the 14-yard line. Thomas straight ahead. He's not looking to get out of anybody's way. He's going to take some people with him. He gets up to the 33-yard line, where that's where they'll start their offense, 1st and 10.
Another flag. Another flag.
They give it to Thomas again. They force him out wide. Coming up now is Sulquist to try to bring him down, and not until he gets up to the 45-yard line. He's brought down by Brennan and Tyler Roll.
You can definitely see why he has 770 yards rushing. He follows his blocks so well. You know, you watch the NFL on Sunday, and the one thing they always talked about with Robert Smith was with his blazing speed, he was a patient runner, and you can see Drew Thomas is a patient runner.
2nd and a long, too, just across the 45-yard line. And again, you can see there's no split outs. All packed in tight. Thomas is in motion, coming to the near side. They give it to the quick buy straight ahead, and he stood up by Dan Hansen, but not till he falls forward to the 48-yard line of the Packers. Carry by Morgan.
If you notice, Larry, the West Fargo defense, we talked about it before the game. I said if I was the defense coordinator, I'd probably be interested in putting all nine of my 11 guys up between the linebackers and the line, and West Fargo is running that kind of a defense. They're 2 safeties back, and everybody else is up looking for the rush.
Ball is at the Packers 48, 1st and 10. Thomas is on the left. They give it to Morgan again, and this time he's rolled down. He picks up maybe a yard. Brennan in on the tackle along with Chris Mischke, and also getting up on the bottom is Tyler Roll.
West Fargo defensive line just stood up the Red River offensive line, and the only way Red River is going to be able to move the ball running that type of offense is if their offensive line dominates. That play, they didn't dominate at all.
Ball is down at the 47, and we give him a short yard. 2nd and 9, a long 9. Morgan again has a setback behind him. Oh, they a little wobbling on the line there. Rolling out, trying to go down the line, cutting up, and he's brought down, tripped up by Tyler Roll. He gets across the 45 to the 44 before they bring him down.
That was a very nice play by Tyler Roll, just scraping along the line as a linebacker, following the flow of the play, and then when you find a seam to get through, you get upfield and get in his legs and make the tackle.
Derek Steele, the quarterback, picked up down at the 44, so we'll give him 3 on that.
Derek Steele, he is the smallest guy in their backfield at 165. The other 3 guys are 180, 210, and 215.
Ball is at the 44. They give it to Thomas straight ahead. Thomas is... He's stuffed, and it's going to be 4th down and about 3 as Mischke again gets up off the bottom, along with Tyler Roll. And Thomas picked up. He got down to the 40. Well, we'll say it's the 41.
Red River is going to punt it, which kind of surprises me, the way they've been moving the ball, that they're going to punt it. But on the other side of it, they have not stopped West Fargo yet. If they would have stopped West Fargo, they may not have punted it.
50 yards rushing now for Thomas on 4 kicks. Snap it back to Thomas. He just punches it to the near sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds. Oh, it doesn't go out of bounds. Taken by the Packers, running it up field, and we're going to have a penalty flag also thrown.
We're going to have a clip, and I'm not really quite sure. Let's see, number 32, Mark Gunderson. He caught the ball on the 1 yard line as it was going into the end zone. Rule of thumb on a punt is if you're inside the 10, you let the ball go. If you would have let the ball go, they get the ball at the 20. Instead, they got a clip, and they're going to be inside their own 10.
I think what Mark was kind of watching, too, was it looked like the ball could either go out of bounds close to the goal line or go into the end zone, and as it turns out, it kind of took a bounce towards the end zone just at the last second, and he was there and fielded it. I think he wanted to keep it from going out of bounds if he could and run it. But the penalty puts it back half the distance to the goal, so it's back at the 6 yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Packers.
Inside the 10, though, your odds are that it's going to go in the end zone, and you have to know that.
Flynn is back in the shotgun again with Tyler Roll, and there's some movement on the line, but also movement on both lines, so we'll see who drew that one. Probably against up. They're saying it is caused by Red River.
It's like Red River was in the back. Red River jumping offside, getting them the ball 1st and 5. Now they get 3 plays to get 5 yards.
1st and 5, you're right. Flynn back. Good snap by Shapesky. Flynn across the middle, Offenberg. Oh, good defense there as the pass was right up there, but Morgan, I believe, or Trevor Knutson, I'm sorry, hit him just as the ball got there, and it was an incomplete pass.
That was very nice defensive play by that defensive back. The one thing that you saw a little bit, now we're against the wind, the ball hung a little bit for Aaron Flynn and gave that defensive back just that extra half second to get there.
11:29 to go in the second quarter. Krejci's back in there now. Looks like his ankle, he came out earlier because of that sore ankle as he was trying to get into the end zone, if you remember. Krejci now gives it to Tyler Roll. Tyler Roll cuts up inside, gets through the line, is drugged down by the ankle tackle, but he gets up close, and I think he has the first down.
Got the first down.
It's going to be up. They're going to mark it at the 17 yard line. That's a pickup of 6, first down.
That was good play calling by Coach Gibson. Come out, run a pass play right away, stretch the defense a little bit, and then you still have 2 yards to gain 5 yards if you're going to, 2 plays to gain 5 yards if you're going to run the ball the next 2 plays. Really nice play selection. Good execution by West Fargo thus far in this game.
1st and 10 as Krejci again has Laufenberg to the far side. Nick Hill comes in motion now. Tyler Roll behind him. Shapesky snapping it back. Tyler Roll again. Oops, nope. They give it to Krejci himself. Keeps it. I thought maybe they gave it to Roll again, but Krejci did keep it, and he picked up about 4 because up around the 22.
They ran a trap block up front. Looked like the left guard pulled across and kicked out the tackle on the near side. I'm not sure if Krejci was supposed to hand the ball off to Tyler Roll. It kind of looked like it, and he didn't get the handoff, and he just followed him up through the hole.
Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6. As, again, John Hay is on that line along with Wigglesworth, Dan Dardis. Now Krejci goes back in shotgun formation. Moves it. Let's hope they don't get a delay here. Nope, they give it to Krejci. Quick pitch to Tyler Roll, and Tyler Roll is brought down, and I believe he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, or to the line of scrimmage.
That play, Krejci just didn't really have much to do. He made the right read and pitched the ball, but there was 2 defensive players there. 2 offensive players, each Red River player took one of the West Fargo guys, and there was just not much there on that play.
Flynn comes in, as does Gunderson for Tyler Roll and Krejci. And let's see what the Packers can do here.
I think it's pretty good odds they're going to throw the ball here.
I would say so. Nick Hill is on the near side. Laufenberg out to the left. Aaron Flynn. Snap is back by the line, is doing a nice job. Gives Flynn lots of time, and it's nearly intercepted, but we're going to have a penalty here. And let's see. Possibly a holding. Dusty Shapesky is who they were looking at, and they may decline the penalty, or they may take the penalty and try to hold him and then make him kick even, because they're kicking into the wind.
I'm guessing they're going to make him kick it right from here.
They're going to decline it. Yeah, that is the smart play.
Aaron Flynn made a huge mistake there. He was looking for the guy in the flat the whole time. He pumped to him once because he wasn't open. And then the whole time he's doing that, the safety's reading that and coming up and almost stepped in front and went for 7 the other way.
The kick by Seth Farkas, the freshman, all the way back inside the 50 to the 46-yard line. Seth
switched a little bit.
Went from everybody scoring to nobody scoring right now, but we're 9-18. Again, everybody packed in. Thomas in motion. They pitch it to him, coming out wide. And Thomas bowls ahead before Dan Hansen can bring him down, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards. They're going to mark it up at the 47-yard line of the Packers.
When Drew Thomas got the ball, there was 3 or 4 Red River blockers in front of him, and he just put his hand on the back of one of them and followed him right through the hole and just kept going. West Fargo linebackers from the backside have to scrape across and get in behind that line of blockers and take him down.
Pickup of 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Thomas is on the near side now. Thomas again on the inside on a great play there. Great tackle, I believe, by James Volk.
It was a great play by James Volk. They're running a counter play. They're hoping that the whole defense will come to the near side of the field with that first fake handoff, and then nobody will be on the backside. That was a play that was kind of run like a clinic by Fargo South for many, many years, that counter play.
Ball is on the Packer 48-yard line now. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. See if the Packers can hold him here. Thomas is again on the near side. They pitch it to him. He's going out wide. Thomas cuts up, gets the first down, and he's going to go.
And he looks like he might be gone.
Drew Thomas, and he's run down at the 4-yard line or at the 3-yard line. Nice hustle.
It's like
by Nick Hill.
But you can see how quick Drew Thomas is. Nick Hill is no slouch running, and he had a tough time catching him.
45-yard run by Thomas. He is over 100 yards already, 101 yards for Thomas. Ball is at the 3-yard line.
And we're just partway through the second quarter.
Yes. And the officials are discussing something inside. Now they start the clock up. The clock is running, 7:39 to go, 14-6. The Packers with an 8-point lead. Steele looking for Thomas. No, he's back to pass. Steele throws it into the corner. Oh, touchdown. A touchdown pass. 3-yard touchdown pass to, is that 35?
It's
Hard
like
to
35.
see the numbers. Brandon Flatbow.
Actually, he had 2 guys open, the guy in the back of the end zone and the guy in the front.
Back to pass again. He lays it out into the flat, and oh.
That is a beautiful catch.
Unbelievable catch.
That is a beautiful catch. 95 or 85.
See if you can pick it up. I can't see down in the corner.
It's like
there.
95.
Oh, yeah, 95. There we go.
Josh Aiken, 6'1", 193-pound tight end, and that was a beautiful catch. He was up in the air as far as he can go and caught the ball with his fingers. West Fargo had good defense. They actually had him double-teamed, and both guys were in position to make the play. He just got up higher than they did and brought the ball in with his hands.
14 all with 7:27 to go, and you couldn't really defend that any better than what they did.
No, there's plays in the game. If everybody is in the right position and the offense still makes the play, there's not really anything you can do about it. And right there, the Red River receiver just made the play.
So getting ready to kick it off, Morgan, as Packers have Gunderson again back deep to receive. Tyler Morgan, the 6', 210-pound senior, will kick it off.
Now we'll see what the kicker from Red River does. When he was kicking in warm-ups with the wind, he was putting them in the end zone. So we'll see.
Oh, nice long kick's going to come down at about the 5-yard line. Gunderson has it at the 4. Makes a nice move, gets by one guy, cuts up, gets to the 25-yard line. Nice run by Mark Gunderson. He had a guy bearing down for one passing 10 yards. To Nick Bonnet. Great job under center. Gives it to Tyler Roll. Cuts through that kick-out block by Bonnet and gets up close to the 30-yard line. We'll see where they stop. I think they're going to stop at about the 29, so we'll give him 4 yards.
Of the seams.
Flynn now is out there, 2nd and 7. Flynn looking for someone, gets it to Laufenberg. Laufenberg breaks free, gets up across the 40 to the 44 before he is stopped. Pickup of 13 yards to Brandon Laufenberg.
That was really a very nice ball by Aaron Flynn. Watch Laufenberg the whole way. Laufenberg turned and he fired a bullet against the wind. The only thing I see with Aaron Flynn is he needs to start looking off his receivers a little bit so the defensive backs don't know. By the time he let the ball go, there was 3 defensive backs around Laufenberg. If he would look to the right and come back to Laufenberg, there might not be anybody there.
15-yard catch. Krejci gets by one guy.
He's got a guy open deep.
And he's going to get a couple of yards, but boy, those were hard-earned yards for Krejci.
On a post pattern, he was about 4 yards behind the defense, but Krejci just couldn't find him at that point.
They're going to give him 3 because it's up at the 47. He's got 11 carries now, or 11 yards and 6 carries. Gunderson, quick surge ahead by Mark Gunderson, and he picks up 5 or 6 yards across the 50 to the 48-yard line.
Huge push by the West Fargo offensive line. The first person touched him after he was making positive yardage.
3rd and 2, we'll give him 5.
Thing to look for out of your offensive line is if the defensive line and linebackers is not touching your running back till after he's made a yard, you're doing a pretty good job.
Big play here, Krejci with Tyler Roll behind him. 3rd down and a couple. Tyler Roll runs into his own blocker as Shepesky got pushed back and Roll bumped him, and it's going to be, he picked up a yard, so it's going to be 4th and a couple.
96 Nick Bonnet was playing at the wing and coming back across to run a trap block, and he was actually about a half a step slow, and Tyler Roll kind of ran into the side of him just enough to slow him down. He couldn't get his momentum going.
Back to kick. It's going to be 4th and 2. Seth Farkas. Oh, a nice kick over their head. And he does catch it, but he falls down on the 12-yard line. Seth Farkas, what a great punt by the young freshman.
Kick.
And that's their ringer for the game here tonight. They brought South up to punt tonight.
Freshman punter.
He has done a great job. Both times he's kicked us into the wind.
You know, his first kick was a totally different kick than that one. His first kick, he kind of kicked it end over end where nobody was and let it roll. This kick, he hit it perfectly, and it spiraled right into the wind. And when it spirals, once it starts coming down, it cuts through the wind and actually takes off a little bit more.
It got a little bit of a lift, and it's down at about the 12-yard line. So that's where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Riders. Steele brings him up. They send Thomas in motion, and now they're either going to throw to him or he's going to block out there. Steele cuts up. He gets up to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Nice gain of 4 yards for Steele. And Sean Cummings in on the tackle.
Red River that time trying to send Drew Thomas out in motion, see what kind of defensive people will go with him. Actually, only a cornerback went with him, and I think that actually worked against Red River. The cornerbacks have not been making the tackles anyway, so you're taking a blocker out and bringing a corner with him, which doesn't hurt the defense too much.
They got to get up close to the 22-yard line, so it's pick up a 4. Fumble, the ball is loose, and the Packers go after it, but I believe Red River comes up with it, and that was Kraus, number 25, Kraus with the carry.
Kraus was the running back in motion, and when the quarterback fumbled the snap, he was right there and just fell right on the ball. Interesting to see Red River's now the team that's making mistakes when they have the wind. And football is a game of mistakes. You know, you only have three plays to make 10 yards, and you lose 5 or you fumble a snap. Now it's kind of tough to make those 10 yards when you're a running team.
3:22 to go. 3rd and 9. They give it to Thomas, who goes out wide, tries to cut back, and he is still on his feet, and he's going to get a first down, and they can't bring him down until it's going to be close.
It's going to be very close.
Let's see where they spot it. Looks like it's marked up.
Looks from here like he got it.
Looks like he might have it. And they're going to... It's going to be a first down.
West Fargo just tackling too high. They had 3 or 4 guys that hit Thomas high, and he just shrugs those tackles off and gains 4 or 5 more yards.
8 carries for 110 yards for Drew Thomas. Ball's at the 22, 1st and 10 now. Clock is running, 2:57 to go. Steele pitches it to Thomas. He comes out wide again. He shucks off Renitz, but there is... that
was a very nice play.
Andy Salquist.
Very nice play by Andy Salquist. Kept his outside contained and came up and tackled him low. Andy Salquist is 155 pounds. Drew Thomas is 215 pounds. He tackled him the only place he could, which was on the waist and below.
Cole Renitz was pushing at him too, but Thomas got rid of Renitz, but Salquist came up, got the tackle. 2nd and 9 as we're down close to the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Morgan is the right behind Steele. Thomas is on the near side. Thomas is going in motion. Back to passes, Steele. Putting some pressure on it is Brennan, and he can't quite get to him, and now Volk, and he way overthrows it.
Just barely made it. West Fargo's got to tighten up on this play.
They got the marker wrong on the far side. They say 2nd, but it is 3rd and 9. Give it to Thomas, and boy, he just does not come down, and they finally get him down at the 30-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and a couple of yards to go.
Red River will definitely punt here inside their own 30-yard line. Maybe I shouldn't talk so soon. It looks like he's thinking about it, but boy, as a coach, I don't think you want to risk that. So I was reading him right. You always think, yeah, you can make those 2 yards. You got a big offensive line, you got a big running back. But my thing is, you don't give him the ball inside your 30-yard line with 2 minutes left to go in the half.
Thomas is back to punt. Thomas with 10 carries for 118 yards here in the first half. We're down to 1:15. He's got the wind to his back, so it's not a bad gamble to try to get it out. A nice end-over-end kick. Gunderson's going to take it on the 30-yard line. Mark Gunderson gets by the first couple of guys, and he weaves through. Mark Gunderson again across the 50 to the 48. Boy, excellent run back, and you mentioned straight-ahead guy. He's able to get away from the defenders, but just a beautiful run back.
Straight ahead, not looking for a hole, even when he is shifting a little bit side to side, but he's still running straight ahead, gaining yards. Next 3 plays. Let Flynn air it out. He's been throwing the ball well.
Flynn gets it down to Laufenberg, and he's up to the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 31-yard line. 17-yard pickup.
West Fargo up to the line quickly.
Flynn, a bad snap, and tries to give it to...
They need to use a timeout right here.
And did they get the timeout, or no? They're not.
No, they're not. You got 2 timeouts with 33 seconds. I think you use it on a play like that. Time is what you need right now. You don't need those timeouts. You can always stop the ball by throwing the ball into the ground or throwing it away.
It's going to be 2nd as they lost about 5 on that. Tyler Roll lost 5. He recovered that fumble.
Lost 5 and also lost 34 seconds before they snapped the ball again.
Flynn lays it out there for Laufenberg. Aaron Laufenberg. Brandon Laufenberg is out of bounds at the 8-yard line with 5 seconds to go, and they stop the clock.
defensive back made a huge mistake there. He thought he had the pick. He stepped in front of the receiver and stopped, and the ball went right over his head.
I believe a 28-yard pass to Laufenberg.
Bad thing is West Fargo did not use a timeout after that play to Tyler Roll. Now they only have one more play where they would have had 2 or maybe 3 more plays if they would have taken the timeout.
Tyler Roll down to the 5, and I think the clock is going to run out. And actually, it's down to about the. Actually, they get him down to the 7-yard line. So a pickup of a yard or so is all.
Just not very good clock management by West Fargo at the last few plays. They go into halftime with 2 timeouts.
Line drive kick, bounces, picked up on the 24-yard line. And the scrum over there, and he's still on his feet and finally brought down up across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Boy, great leg push there by Kraus.
It looked like not like Australian rules football. And
they all were just in a big pile. The Packers could not bring them down, and that's kind of the way it's been tonight. Red River are real strong. Looks like they run with strong legs because they just keep moving the pile forward.
Yeah, they definitely do. You ever watched Australian rules football?
It is weird.
I have no idea what they're doing.
I have no idea myself. Sean Cummings is the nose guard for the Packers. Again, that formation, they pitch it to Thomas. Thomas cuts up into the middle. Thomas still running free, and he bowls over a bunch of people and gets across the 47 up to the 49-yard line.
I am just so impressed with that kid and how patient he is running the ball. He gets in right behind his blockers and follows them. He never ends up running in front of his blockers, and that's one thing most running backs do is they run past the guys blocking for him.
2nd and 4. The ball is on the 49-yard line. Thomas is the one on the near side of the. Now they pitch it to him. Again, he's looking. Oh, a good stick there, and he picked up a yard or so. Let's see who gets up off the bottom. Steve Brennan, a nice hard tackle. Right at about the 50. We're going to call it the 50-yard line. So a pickup of 1.
See, we were visiting. Roger and I were visiting a little bit at halftime about that, and I said I thought West Fargo needed to come hard with their ends off the corner, and that looks like what Brennan did right there. And it disrupted that play before it could get going.
3rd and 3, a big stop here for the Packers. We're just getting going. 10:45 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Again, Drew Thomas is the setback on the near side. They give it to the straight back, and they've stopped him. They got him for no gain, and a nice play by Brett Wigglesworth, number 54. And that was a huge stop.
That was a huge stop. And that was a prime example about why I don't really like them lining their fullback up 2 yards or yard and a half behind the quarterback. He had no chance to get ahead of steam going, and when somebody got an arm on him, he was slowed down and stopped. That worked to West Fargo's advantage.
I believe that was Morgan that ran at that time, number 33, and now Thomas is just going to kick it, and he just kicks a high floating kick. Gunderson's going to take it. Oh, he drops it, but now he picks it up, and he was down on the ground at the 20, so the Packers will have it on the 20. That was a dangerous fielding opportunity for Mark Gunderson, and boy, he's got ice in his veins.
Yeah, that was very dangerous. The Red River Bullet happened to overrun the ball. Otherwise, he would have been able to fall on it. The ball laid there for about a second before Gunderson got back and jumped on it.
So the ball's on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, and let's see how the Packers can do on offense here. Again, Aaron Flynn is 8 of 11 for 123 yards, throwing the ball very well here again tonight. He's got Laufenberg way out there on the left, and I believe there was a hesitation on the snap, and there might be a false start for the Packers. We'll wait for the white hat to give us the signal.
Illegal procedure.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty and bring up
36 yards and penalties now on 5 penalties for the Packers.
Which
Red River has 2 for 10.
Actually isn't too bad considering West Fargo had 20 or 25 yards after about the 4th play of the game.
Exactly. Krejci is in there now. It's going to be 1st and 15 now, back on the 15-yard line. Krejci has Tyler Roll behind him. Krejci bootlegging it, back to pass. Lobs it out there for Driscoll. Adam Driscoll gets up to the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 24. Pickup of about 9 yards. Well, let's see where they mark it. I think they're going to mark it right on the 25, so pickup of 10. Krejci now 2 of 2 for 20 yards.
Not really sure what Red River's trying to accomplish there. Their corner is coming up and forcing Krejci to throw, but their linebacker and safety are both so far back that there's nobody on the tight end in the flat.
Flynn now 2nd and 5. Snap back. Flynn lays it out there. Oh, a nice catch by Laufenberg for the first down. A 10-yard pickup up to the 35-yard line. And Brandon Laufenberg is having a heck of a game.
Red River's defensive backs discussing who had who on that play, both of them pointing at each other. The corner came up and actually went halfway to Flynn and then halfway back to Laufenberg and halfway to Flynn. He's got to make a decision, go hard one way or the other, and standing in the middle, Flynn, you just pick him apart.
9 of 12 for 133 yards for Aaron Flynn. Laufenberg, 6 catches, 104 yards. He had 103 yards last week. Flynn now. Snap back. Flynn keeps it. They fake the handoff to Gunderson, and he picks up 2 up to the 37-yard line. Aaron Flynn with 2-yard carry. He now has 2 carries for 3 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
That was more of a keep them honest play than anything. They've been throwing the ball so much. Go back in the shotgun again and try to run the ball, just so Red River doesn't know every time they go in the shotgun they're going to throw the football.
8:45 to go here in this third quarter. 14-all. Krejci now gives it back to Mark Gunderson, and that might again be, I think they're having another. Hay and Wigglesworth, Dardis are all on the front line there.
Again, West Fargo, you just can't make mistakes like that, though. Now you're back in 2nd and 13 instead of 2nd and 8.
And Bonnet, there's across the middle. Laufenberg has it again. Brandon Laufenberg across the 45 to the 43-yard line.
A defensive back again made the big mistake that most young guys make. They always try to go for the interception. And if you step in front and take both hands and try to go for the interception and it gets past you, guy's going to catch it and he's going to run for lots of yards afterwards. 24 for Red River. All he needed to do was stick his hand in there and knock it down, but instead he went for the interception. West Fargo makes a big play.
I think that was a 25-yard pass. Ball's at the 43-yard line.
Flynn really taking advantage of the fact that West Fargo's receivers are a lot bigger than Red River's defensive backs.
Krejci's going to get a yard or so as he's down to the 41-yard line. They're going to give him 2 maybe. Now they're going to give him 1.
Have not seen Tyler Roll run the ball yet this half, and he had a big first half.
Ball is at the 41-yard line. They'll give him 2 on that. Laufenberg now 7 catches for 129 yards. I think the record is 160-some yards in a game on receiving, but he is having a great game. Tyler Roll there, you see him, he has stood up and he gets a yard, but well, now they're going to mark it back to the 41 as he has stood up by big number 54, Chris Denary.
Steve Brennan's not very happy with himself after that play. Brennan had Denary blocked, let him go. Didn't realize Tyler Roll wasn't through the hole yet, and he put a nice stick on Tyler. Laufenberg, I wouldn't mind having him in my fantasy football league with 120-some yards.
Yes, no kidding. He has catches of 28, 25, 23, 11, 15, 17. He's had some long catches, and now Flynn looks for him again on the near side. They're going to send him in motion to the far side with 6:30 to go. Flynn now.
Laufenberg was lined up on the wrong side. Flynn sent him to the left.
Line doing a good job. They get it out there, throws it a little too far, and he nearly came up with it.
Almost caught that ball.
Flynn was throwing it on the run, and he got it. It's incomplete. And again, Flynn had completed 5 in a row, and that was his first incompletion here in the second half. And now back to punt again is Farkas. Seems like Farkas is always punting into the wind.
Yep. Now, if this was Monday Night Football, I'd have to be Dennis Miller and say, why are they throwing a 6-yard pass on 3rd and 9?
Now there's an end-over-ender that was into the wind, and that one sailed down, and he tried to field it. And the Packers, I believe, have come up with it, and they do. And that was close to being interference on the...
You know, I really thought it was.
I thought it was.
I thought he did not give the guy, the Red River player, the opportunity to catch the ball, but you know what?
There is no flag on the field.
We're at home and we'll take it.
Absolutely, and the coaches are all out on the field, and they are complaining that, and I thought that's what it was myself.
I was looking for a flag right away because you have to give him, what, a 3-yard halo?
There was not a 3-yard.
There was not a 3-yard
There might have
halo.
been a yard at the most, but as soon as he touched the ball, the Packers were there and stuck him.
2 or 3-yard halo, and when the ball touched his hands, the West Fargo kid hit him.
Well,
we'll take it.
1st and 10 on the 20. Krejci now puts him into play as Tyler roll behind him. Krejci running the option, cuts up inside, and he's going to get 4 maybe down to the 16-yard line.
4 yards.
Tackled on the play by Kurt Osborne and assisted also
Well, they do
by
say human error is part of the game,
Yes.
so sometimes it happens.
Well, it's too late to challenge. I didn't see any red flag thrown
No, I
out
didn't
there.
see
For the instant replay.
And I don't know if you got instant replay up here, Larry.
We don't really have it, so they're out of luck. Now they move it back to the 17. We'll give him 3 on that. 2nd and 7. Krejci again has Gunderson. Krejci bootlegging it, throws it out there for Brennan, and Brennan is stuck. The ball is down at about the 11 or 12-yard line, and Steve Brennan, Krejci is 3 for 3 in passing.
You know, Larry, the thing I'm really having trouble figuring out with Red River is they're running a 2-under zone, and a 2-under zone is designed to make you throw the ball in the middle of the field. You're not supposed to have anybody open on the sidelines. You've got a guy short and a guy long on the sidelines. Every one of West Fargo's completions have been on the sidelines.
Krejci again, 3rd down and 2. The ball is at the 12-yard line. Krejci keeps it. He's got the 1st down, I believe.
I believe he's a half a yard short, Larry.
He might be a little short. He depends with him. Yep, they're marking it.
He's got to get past the 10 for the 1st down. It looks like he's just maybe a foot and a half short.
That'll bring up a 4th down and short for the Packers. Ball spotted just outside the Rough Rider 10.
So Krejci got 2 on the carry. He has 18 yards now and 9 carries, and now it's 4th down and a foot to go, and Krejci looks like he's got some room right up the middle, doesn't he, to the right of the quarterback, and he's going to run it wide. Krejci getting for the corner, touchdown! The official went down, but Krejci got the touchdown, an 11-yard touchdown. And now Flynn will try for the 2-point conversion, 20-14 now. This is a big play here, a penalty flag down. Flynn across the middle behind, but there is a penalty flag down, and if it's a Amsbaugh driving kick comes down and into the wind. Oh, it skips past him down back to the 10-yard line. And see if the Packers can get him, and they do. They swarm him down on about the 18-yard line as that ball kind of hit the wind. Steele, again, they got that packed in offense. They give it to Morgan, and he bowls ahead across the 20, and he's tripped up by the interior of the line there. I think it was Brennan who got a hand on him, or Krejci. It might have been Jason Krejci. Mischke, they announced, got the tackle, so the ball's on the 23-yard line. Pick up of about 5.
I'm thinking if the field wasn't in quite as good a shape, Larry, the 3 yards in a cloud of dust would definitely be the pertinent call today for Red River.
3:31 to go. This time it's to Morgan again, and he picks up another 2 or 3. Sean Cummings and Dan Hansen in on the tackle.
Red River trying to establish their inside running game right now. First half, they didn't really run the ball inside much. They ran everything off tackle and bounced it outside, and I think they're trying to pack West Fargo back in. This is more of a statement set of plays than anything. They want to run the ball up the middle, pack West Fargo back in so they can get off the edges again.
Big play again for the offense as they need to pick it up. They give it to Thomas, who goes out wide. He cuts up, and it's going to be close, and he may have the first down.
Looks like by the mark, he barely made it.
Where they mark it, but it looks like the linesman, well, yeah, I think he's, well, it's going to be close.
That's one of those right foot, left foot things.
They're going to give it to him. It's up at the 28-yard line.
The far official marked it with his right foot. He makes the first down. If he marks it with his left foot, you don't. Pretty nice defense for West Fargo, though. They gained 10 yards, 6 inches in 3 plays, so.
They've only really had one long run. Well, they've had a couple long ones. One of 30 and one of 37. And there's Thomas trying to go wide, and he got a yard, but Tyler Roll made a nice play there. The ball's in the 30, so they're going to give him 2 yards.
See, West Fargo right there played that exactly the way you need to play that offense. You need to string it out and let your linebackers get there. That's exactly how they played it. Defensive end strung it out, made him go wide, and then the defensive backs and the linebackers had a chance to get there. You know who was on the tackle? Gunderson and Roll, the 2 outside backers on this side.
Under 2 minutes to go, straight ahead, and again, Roll and Steve Brennan drag him down, and he picked up 2 more up to the, well, they're going to move it up to the 33-yard line, so give him a gain of, who ran that? Was Thomas? Did Thomas?
No, that was
Morgan, wasn't it?
Morgan, the fullback.
Now they give it to Thomas. He's out wide. Oh, he cuts up, and he's going to get the first down. They had him in the backfield, and they had him for a loss, but he is just he's a great runner. And he got up to the 40-yard line. He picks up 7.
Thing about him, though, I like him a lot better when he's running with his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage. And that play, West Fargo almost hit him because he was running along the line of scrimmage rather than through it.
Ball's on the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 with just about a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Again, they're grinding it out. The Packers are making them work hard to get any yardage. And the defense needs to make a stop. Wigglesworth is the nose now. They give it to Morgan, and he bounces off the first tackler, and he's finally brought down by Gunderson up at the 45-yard line to pick up a 4.
Tyler Roll missed the tackle in the backfield. That play was designed by sending Morgan in motion like that. Red River wants West Fargo's linebackers to be conscious of him going outside. Tyler Roll did that. He took 1 step to the outside. Morgan cut up inside him, and Tyler couldn't bring him down with an arm tackle.
Thomas has only carried the ball 5 times here in this 3rd quarter.
We actually only had 10 carries in the first half,
yep.
So he's right on pace.
Right on pace, because we're down to 13 seconds, probably the last play. Now they give him to him again. He's trying to cut back, and he stood up, and he's going to get no gain on that. As Sean Cummings and Bonnet and Dan Hansen and Krejci, all of them in there. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter as they get to the 45-yard line. No gain. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, our score, West Fargo.
3rd and more than 5.
3rd and 6 at the 45. They give it to Thomas straight ahead, and he gets about 7. Up to the 48-yard line and 1st down.
That was a prime example of what I'm talking about, where I like him running with his shoulder square to the line rather than down the line. When he's running square, he looks like he's running downhill. They used to talk about Terrell Davis all the time. Whenever he got the ball, it looked like he was running downhill. Drew Thomas looks like he's running downhill.
Pitch back deep. Trying to cut up. Oh, a nice tackle there made by Dan Hansen as he reached out and grabbed him as he was going by and pulls him to about a yard gain down to the 47-yard line.
That was a very nice play by Dan Hansen. They had a few blockers out in front. They gave it to a little quick back, and we're going to run the ball between the tackles. Now you got to stop us.
2nd and 9. Now they give it to the deep back. Going out wide. Oh, he ducks under a tackle, and he forges ahead down to the 40-yard line before they're going to mark it back at the 41. Packers here. They give it straight ahead to Morgan. He bulls ahead, and he gets the 1st down by a yard or so, and down to the 37-yard line. Gain of 4. I believe that was Morgan, wasn't it?
That was Morgan, the fullback.
He's now has 35 yards on 9 carries.
You just can't really tell when he gets the ball because he's so close to the line of scrimmage that once he's not even hardly started running before it's in his hands.
Straight ahead to Morgan again. He's tripped up as Gunderson, I think, shot in there. And he got the first hit on him as he shot from the near side, corner on the near side.
That play almost looked like a play you would run on 4th and short, not 1st and 10. Everybody just wedge blocking right up front, trying to go right up the middle, and there was just nothing there.
Ball's on about the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. 9:30 to go. Clock is running. Steele brings him up. Again, Morgan is right behind him. The rest, they're all just packed in tight. Now they give it to Thomas coming this way. He makes a good cut. Thomas again makes another cut, and he's finally brought down close to the first down. And Packers trying to stop him here, but not until he gets down to the
high school, but
once in a
it's a
while.
good idea.
Yep. Signal by the number, back to pass a Steele, and he throws it out here, incomplete. A lot of pressure up the middle as the Packers sent Cole Renitz, Gunderson, and Brennan, and Steele had to get rid of it, incomplete.
You know, that was actually a really good call by the Red River coaching staff. You got 3rd and a foot. You know if you don't complete the pass, you can come back and run 4th down and probably gain a foot with your offensive line and your big running backs. I would have liked to seen him, if he's going to throw that ball, throw it deep rather than out here in the flat. Now West Fargo, this is a key stop if they can stop him here.
Morgan, he busts through, and he's still up, and he gets down to close to the 20-yard line before they can stop him. It's a pickup of about 6. It's at the 21, and they're just grinding out the yardage.
It almost seems like the huge offensive linemen for Red River are just starting to wear out some of the smaller defensive linemen for West Fargo. You can see now the West Fargo team is doing a lot of substituting, trying to get some fresh bodies in there.
8:35 to go. Steele now brings him up again. Oh, he fumbles it, and he has to pick it up, and he's set down, and he's going to lose a little bit of yardage there as Mischke and let's see who else.
The clock runs when you're running the football, and counter play.
And Hansen smells it out and gets him for, he might get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
If Hansen wouldn't have sniffed that out, he'd probably...
If they can stop him here. They send Thomas in motion now to the near side. Steele back to pass, drops back, lots of pressure, lays it out there. It's intercepted! Intercepted! Is that Brandon Laughlin? Now the Packers have the ball, 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Aaron Flynn under center, and let's see if the Packers...
I would assume we would run the ball.
Give Tyler Roll the ball, and we don't. A pass out there, Nick Hill, as Nick Bonnet on a halfback option or a toss, and Nick Bonnet laid it out there. Nick Hill was wide open, and he just overshot him. Bonnet
the ball back.
It does force him now into more of the passing game, but they've been so successful at it. They send Hill now in motion. Flynn looking, he had Brennan open, and now he's scrambling, and he throws it out there, and it is incomplete.
Looks like the ball was on the ground. Good job, only run off 21 seconds, and I'm sure Coach Gibson would like to run off 3-4 minutes, so Red River only has a couple minutes left when they get the ball back.
Big play here, 3rd down and 10 with 7:05 to go. Flynn, and he's going to be sacked back at the 10-yard line. A loss of 4.
That's not a bad play by Aaron Flynn, though. Don't throw the ball up for grabs and give it back to him. You don't have a receiver open. Try to make something out of it. If you get sacked, the clock still runs. It was actually a pretty smart decision by Aaron Flynn.
6:40 to go here as Farkas back to punt. Let's get a good snap. Oh, it has high. Gets a kick off.
Partially blocked.
It bounces. Oh, it hits one of the Packers, and I think they're going to down it at about the 35-yard line. Yes, they are, as it did bounce up and out of this, smelling like a rose because their ball is at the 35-yard line. The Packers did not run a lot of clock. Thomas trying to go out wide, and he's got a lot of speed, and he's not brought down until he gets across the 20-yard line from the 35.
Kind of what I was talking about earlier. Now they have West Fargo packed in so far inside that as I'm running it.
That quick pitch to Thomas. Oh, he cuts inside, and Dan Hansen can't drag him down until he gets down to the 15-yard line. That's a pickup of another 7. 7 yards for Thomas.
Andy Sulquist got his ankle or back of his leg rolled up on him. Boy, West Fargo's been on the field a long time on defense the last 8 or 9 minutes.
Thomas heading back to the outside. Oh, Renitz tries to hold him. He stands him up, and then they still, boy, he's a strong runner. He just, maybe it was just the 6'4" stature that he fell ahead a couple of yards, but they had him back on the 15, and he falls forward to the 13.
Nick Renitz had a hold of his jersey up near the top of his numbers, and Drew Thomas is just too strong of a runner to tackle up there. You got to tackle him waist or below, and actually made about 3 yards out of a play that he could have lost yards on.
3rd and a long one, and again the clock down to 5 minutes to go, and the Packers trying to stop him here. They give it to the first man through, and there's a penalty flag, and let's see if that's a procedure. Red River has not had a lot of penalties.
Well, they're a very disciplined football team.
Illegal procedure. That is only their 3rd penalty.
Tell you what, that's a killer penalty. You got 3rd and 1, so you got 2 plays to gain 1 yard. Now it's back to 3rd and 6. Now it makes it a little bit harder for him.
It looks like they almost gave him an extra yard or so. It looks like it's 3rd and 7 almost, but it's a long 6. Now the Packers with clock is running, 4:50 to go. Steele gives it on the handoff his head. I think that's Morton. No, it's not
25.
Morgan. It's 25. That's Kraus again. Kraus gets it down to the 15. Fourth down, boy, what a key play this is. Kraus picked up a couple of yards.
4th and 4.
And this is really the game right here.
It's plays like this that decide the outcome of games.
4:22, Steele brings him up, and of course they're going to be watching for Thomas, number 41, and they pitch it to him. Thomas, he's going to get the first down, pulls ahead, he gets down to the 5-yard line. A pickup of 10 yards for Drew Thomas. He has 184 yards, and he's down to the 5-yard line.
You know, that was a play that everybody in the stands, everybody on the sidelines knew who was going to get the ball. And Red River's offensive line just handled West Fargo's defensive line on that play.
1st and goal on the 5, Steele. Again, they pitch it to Thomas. Thomas looking for a little seam, and he gets down to the 1-yard line.
Thomas stopped just short of the goal line.
And the whole interior there, Mischke and all those guys are getting up, and it's down, well, maybe at the 2-yard line. 3-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2.
West Fargo needs a big defensive stand right here. 2-yard line, a running team like Red River, you need to hope that they make a mistake, get some kind of a penalty, a hold or a false start or something to back them up a little bit.
Straight ahead, touchdown, and Morgan gets the touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown run by Morgan. And that ties it up 20-all with 3:19 to go, and now the big extra point here.
West Fargo really needs to stop on this extra point. If West Fargo can stop them on the extra point, I say West Fargo still has the advantage because they have the wind. They've been throwing the ball well. Red River probably won't get the ball back, so West Fargo would have the advantage if they can hold them right here.
They give it straight ahead, and he gets the 2-point conversion. Morgan. Line drive kick. And it's taken on the 25 by Nick Hill, and he has nailed it to 30, and a great tackle.
That was a case of Nick Hill hesitating, looking.
He's thrown.
They need to have a nice balanced drive here is what they have. Not all necessarily all passing, not all running, just a nice balanced drive.
And it's intercepted. There's a penalty flag down probably on the Packers. And let's see what the flag is.
That was a case of Aaron Flynn looking at Laufenberg the whole way down the field, and the free safety followed him.
Holding, and
it's either now or never. You better stop him now.
They give it to Morgan, straight ahead, breaks through, brought down at the 25-yard line.
To stop him.
2nd and 1, they give it to Morgan again, straight ahead, and he's brought down by Gunderson, but not till he gets down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 6.
The Rough Riders pick up a first down.
Now Coach Gibson has to hope for a short gain, less than 2 or 3. Use a couple timeouts.
Giving it to Thomas. Breaks a tackle, and he's going to go. Thomas is going to go. 20-yard touchdown run by Drew Thomas. That puts him over the 200-yard barrier. 207 yards on the game. And a 20-yard touchdown run. 28 now.
Now West Fargo, they can't give up right now. They're down by 8 points. They still, if they stop them on the 2-point conversion, they still have an opportunity to tie this game. Yeah, the other team just scored, but you can't be down right now. You have to come back with a huge play.
Oh, they're going to try the kick. Morgan is going to try the extra point kick. And Red River is going to take a timeout to make. Kick is up. Oh, it's well up, and it's good. Boy, that's a big PAT kick.
And the Rough Riders lead extends to 9.
You know, I was watching Morgan in warm-ups down here, and he was kicking extra points with the wind on the other end of the. Torn him down in the second half.
A high kick.
Somebody's got to get to it. That's a live ball.
Laufenberg, and it goes out of bounds, and the Packers will either make him kick it
And run it back.
Flynn going to lay it out there for Laufenberg. Lobs it out there. Laufenberg gets it.
It's a great
Makes
catch.
the catch at the 33-yard.
Smaller defensive backs.
Flynn again. Looking, there's
Oh, he's wide
Laufenberg out
open.
there again. Oh, he just overshoots him, and he had a touchdown. He had the touchdown and just overshot it. Yards for Brandon Laufenberg. Flynn again. Lays
He's got
out there.
him
Now he's
open.
got Nick
He
Hill,
underthrew it.
and it's going to be pass interference on Nick Hill. It's
And it was picked
intercepted. Fumble this one. They give it straight ahead to Morgan, and he's going to get up to the 5-yard line. A pickup of a couple of yards. 61 yards now for Morgan, and he's carried it 15 times himself. Thomas 24 times for 207 yards.
Did West Fargo still have 2 timeouts? I'm surprised they're not using them.
Minute 5 to go.
5-yard line.
Stopped him for a short game. If you can stop him for a short game on second down, then the clock would only run after third down play. Might be able to get the ball back.
Quick hit straight ahead. And I think that was more. And they give it straight ahead to Morgan. He spins outside, and they stop him short. So it's going to be 4th down. And now if they can stop the
Timeout
clock
right
and see
now.
if they have a timeout. Yep, they do.
Morgan on the carry. Stop
Clock ran. Boy,
Thomas is slow getting the ball off, but my guess is here he'll just catch it and kick it right before anybody can get in there.
Quick kick. Oh, a nice kick into the wind. The wind brings it down. It's going to drop backwards. Goes, they finally stop it on the 42-yard line with 25 seconds to go. Let's see if they look for Laufenberg again. Flynn lays it out there for Laufenberg. Oh, it hit him right in the chest. The defender went up for it, and I think it almost screened Laufenberg. He did not see the ball through, and now Krejci.
Yeah, Laufenberg had the opportunity to catch the ball.
There's a penalty
Illegal
flag.
motion.
I think there's a lays it out there for Nick Hill. Nick Hill just can't quite hold on to it, but it's going to be a motion. 46 yards and penalties. 7 penalties. Flynn lays it out there for Laufenberg. Just past. Brandon Laufenberg has had a phenomenal game here, as has it. Aaron Flynn again. Krejci now is under center. Which is that I look intended for Steve Brennan, and that's it. 29-20 is our score. The Packers lose their homecoming game, but a great effort by the Packers here as they led with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, and they had a lead. Red River just too much for him, wore him out.